Because I think that trust in estates is just viewed as kind of an old person with a paralegal, and you prepare documents, right? And that's really not trust in estates.
You have to tell a good story. And one way to look at it is to see it through the lens of an action film. Show your client is the action hero, the superhero, the Harry Potter of the film. The more you can convince the judge or the other side that your side's right and their side's wrong.
I see this branch of the profession as being divided into three broad categories. There's estate planners. Then there are those, usually the same people administer the estates that they've crafted. So we call them estate planners and administrators. Then there are trust in estates litigators, and that's what I do. And then the third sort of large branch of what comes under the rubric of trust in estates lawyers is elder law, conservatorship law.
Well, I have to say I'm biased. I think I practice in the best area of law. I am an estate planning attorney. I also do estate and trust administrations. It is rewarding, and I love coming to work every single day. Everyone dies. A lot of people, unfortunately, become incapacitated, and people want and need to have good plans in place.
Literally death and taxes.
Death and taxes, yep, yeah. And I think I saw there's a beer that's death and taxes. Yes, that's us. I love puzzles, right? Sort of, if you think about it, every estate plan is a puzzle because you have to sort of, once you're doing your loops and this person gets it, but if this, then this, if this, then this, you're really sort of solving lots of issues. I problem solve for people. And I really enjoy sort of, when clients say, thank you, you help me figure out a problem.
So what does that mean? What is trust and estate litigation? So it's anything that a civil litigator would do, except we only do our work in probate court, and we're only dealing with issues related to trusts, estates, and conservatorships.
I'm competitive by nature, so I love the competitive nature of trial. I love feeling like I'm winning. It's fun. When you're winning, it's exciting.
What's really fun about being in this practice area is you get to be an oral advocate, you get to be a written advocate, and you get to be a personal advocate.
Other things that come up for trust and estates litigators are contested conservatorships. So those are cases where there's an allegation that someone has lost their mental capacity, so they're not able to manage their finances, they're not able to manage their personal affairs. And sometimes those are legitimate claims and someone needs help to manage those issues. Other times it's really a power play by a family member that, let's say, is trying to get control of the family business. They might do that through the context of a conservatorship proceeding.
An elder law attorney really focuses on a quality end of life versus just planning for your actual end of life. And as a result, it can include planning for worst case scenarios and also, what we want it to look like. Where do you want to live if you become disabled? Who do you want to take care of you if you become disabled? How much of your assets do you want to spend? Some people want to leave a legacy. Other people, they don't care. They want to spend every penny on themselves to ensure a quality end of life. We have clients, they walk in the door and they can't breathe. Their shoulders are tight and they come into the office. We walk through a plan and they walk out with their shoulders relaxed. They can breathe and they can sleep that night. They actually call us the next day saying, I haven't slept for a year and a half and I slept last night.
CLA is the California Lawyers Association, and CLA has subsections for all of the major areas of law, trust and estates being one of them. I think one of our primary goals is to monitor new legislation in California to make sure that it's heading in a good direction. And that's an honor, honestly, to be able to be a part of that process.
What do I like about my area of the practice? It's the variety. No two cases are alike. In my area of the law, truth is often stranger than fiction. Every case has unique facts, and they're often somewhat incredible.
I've had several generations of some families, and it's nice to assist them with their planning work.
The number one personality trait that you need to have to be a good trust and estates attorney is empathy.
You know, you're not just doing a job to get a paycheck. We don't want people like that in your law firm. We want people who care.
You are one of the first phone calls that people make, that the family makes after somebody passes away.
You're actually helping people cope with these very significant life events, and you feel like you're making a change in people's lives.
It's weird, right?
It's a little weird.
The most notorious case I've worked on and continue to work on, therefore I can't really talk about it, is unquestionably the conservatorship of Britney Spears.
Yes, we were involved with the Britney Spears conservatorship case. We're involved in a lot of high-profile, I guess, celebrity cases.
Okay, Free Britney people, you wanted the conservatorship to end. At the very least, you wanted Jamie out.
There are cases that I've been on where it does end up on TMZ.
Aretha Franklin's sons are in court this week battling over the control of her estate and assets.
The Aretha Franklin will has been in the press quite a bit lately. There are a couple different wills, and which one was valid, the one that was found in the couch or the one that was found in the cabinet.
Effective immediately, I am banning Mr. Sterling for life.
Astonishing new details emerging about one of the richest and most powerful men in Los Angeles, real estate mogul and LA Clippers owner Donald Sterling.
Yeah, the Clippers that were owned through a trust, and there were trust provisions that said the trustee, who happened to be Donald Sterling, once he became incapacitated, then the successor trustee could step in and act on behalf of the trust. And so there was a dispute about, well, is he incapacitated such that the next trustee in line steps in place of him and can do whatever they want with the trust assets, including selling the Clippers. I mean, that's a really interesting one. Wasn't my case though, so I can't take credit for that one.
We need more lawyers in this area. It is a growing field, and I would especially encourage diverse lawyers to get your foot in the door. The reason this area is so appealing is that it involves real people and real lives. And this practice is only going to grow because we have so many elderly people in this country.
We do not have enough elder law attorneys. There is not one elder law attorney out there that thinks we have enough or who wouldn't help you become one. We need more, and this is a great area to grow, become an expert in, because there are so few of us.
We need more thoughtful, creative solution seekers and people who are smart and hardworking and want to make an actual difference in families' lives.
There was a gentleman who had a sophisticated estate plan, but he had 2 Dobermans that he loved. He made a simple trust to give a little house in the valley and about $100,000 for the Dobermans to be looked after during his lifetime. The dog charity that I represented, they actually have a documentary series about them.
These are our missing daughters and sons.
I had a lady who set up a trust, considerable wealth. She changed her trust to benefit someone that worked for her, who claimed to be her boyfriend. They find out that the boyfriend is the last person that saw their mom alive. They find out that the boyfriend has quite a criminal history. So when my clients, the kids, found out about this, they contested the validity of that trust document. You're gonna get exposure to a lot of things that you wouldn't get exposure to until you're a year 5, 6, or 7 attorney at certain other practices. I had taken about 30 depositions in the first 4 years.
And so this holistic way of looking at a case and being able to be involved with all those various issues that go into a case. It's my favorite part because it's interesting, but it's also my favorite part because it makes me a more effective litigator. And so this variety keeps things fun.
Again, as a young lawyer, I always thought, well, if you think trust and estates, you're thinking either somebody who drafts wills and trusts for people, or you're thinking of litigators. There are so many other jobs that are related to trust and estates that are not that, right? It's like, so for example, one of my first jobs out of law school was an estate and gift tax attorney for the IRS.
So you can have people who love being storytellers in large crowds, and they can be great litigators, whereas I prefer working one-on-one and with, small groups of people or family members.
You run into a lot of attorneys that don't like what they do, but you rarely run into an elder law attorney that doesn't like what they do. We go home knowing we help people, and we have a community of people that will help us.
As attorneys who are thinking about what is your career going to be and what do you want to do with the time that you have, I think that's something to think about. You can build a business, and you can really have a good life doing estate planning.
It's rare to find a job that fulfills what you're looking for inside. And elder law really hit that. I can advocate for people, I can be a voice for people, but it also fills me.